So my name is Ann Schoen, and I have been a parishioner here at St. X for over 25 years.
Mike Garassi is my name, and I've been a parishioner here for about 25 years.
I'm Chris Hirsch, and I've been a parishioner here for about 15 years.
My name is Ryan Olivan. I've been a parishioner at St. X for about 5 years now.
I'm Mary Linda Kuhnheim. I've been a parishioner at St. X for over 20 years.
My name is Father Jim Ackerman. I'm a Jesuit priest here at St. Xavier Church, and I've been here for almost 3 years.
So this church is not only the place that my family attends to worship, but it's the reason that I am Catholic today.
Yeah, St. X is incredibly important to me. My wife and I actually got married here a little over 2 years or so ago, right upstairs. And so in that way, this church has been quite literally at the center of our new life together as a married couple from the very beginning.
Over the years, St. X Church has meant different things to me. At one time, it was a place to come to Mass on holy days, and then a place to come to Mass on Sundays. But then it became a place of safe worship, a place where I felt at home, I felt welcome, and I loved the beautiful serenity of the church.
It means for me all the sacraments and that my family has received here. So we've had baptisms, we've had first communions, we've had confirmation. My husband and his son became Catholic here and went through the RCIA program. My husband and I had our wedding convalidated. My son and his wife were married here, and our grandson was baptized here. So it is our spiritual home, not just for me, but for my family. So there's a lot of important memories here.
That's a tough one. We've been thinking about this question. So there's way more than 3 words to describe what we feel about St. X or how we would describe it.
Vibrant, comforting, and Jesuit.
My safe space.
That's a great question. I would say that this church is unique. I would say that this place is sacred. And most importantly, I would say that this church is home.
A sense of belonging, peace.
Definitely friends.
Positive, mass appeal, Jesus-driven, an oasis of faith in downtown Cincinnati. That's 6 words or 7.
Yeah, I think the preservation of the church interior is incredibly important. On the one hand, aesthetically, I'm sure you've seen the renderings. The church is just going to look spectacular, even more so than it already does, which I didn't really think was possible, but sure enough, it will. I think second, functionally, the changes to the sacristy and fixing the plaster certainly seem really important to me. But then third, theologically, I just think it's so important to put the tabernacle back at the center of the main altar. The Catechism talks about how the Eucharist is the source and the summit of the Christian life. And so how important is it for us as a parish community that we put the tabernacle and the Eucharist back at the center of our church as well?
This space is so much more than just a building. It's a place that gives us hope. It's a place where we can experience Christ. And that is ultimately what leads me to wanting to care for this place.
I travel a lot, and I've been to many churches in Europe, particularly Eastern Europe. Those churches have become museums. They're dead. You walk in and they're beautiful, but there's no life, there's no people, there's no prayer. I don't want that to happen to our church. I want St. Xavier to remain active and alive for future generations.
My oldest son passed away while I was here, and this church, I feel like, provided a sense of stability for me. I want to pass that on to the next generation.
I believe in this parish, and I want to see it thrive.
So that I can add what I can of my personal abilities and monetarily to make that vision happen of the church being alive for centuries to come.
We have confidence in the future of our church, physical church, and in the people that make up St. Xavier. And this is a really good commitment to that confidence that Jesus wants us to have, to build a church, just like he told St. Francis of Assisi a long time ago to renovate my church, and he told St. Francis Xavier to be a missionary church This church to me is kind of an oasis here downtown, and I think it would make St. Ignatius very proud.
We really owe this, I think, to future generations. I think we also owe it, I talked about the fact that I think people have been genuflecting in the same place for hundreds of years. They did so much to build this parish and to build this church, and to keep it alive and keep it vibrant. And now it's my opportunity, and I think our opportunity, to do the same and really to pay it forward.
Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be more hurt than help here.